Your client wants to know why they're not showing up on Google Maps. You check their profile, and it looks pretty solid. Photos are there, reviews are there, hours are correct, and yet the ranking hasn't moved. This isn't a coincidence, and it's not the algorithm's fault. In this video, I'll show you exactly why this happens and what to change so your clients start showing up higher on Google Maps and in local search results. To improve local SEO rankings, you first need to understand how Google actually calculates them. Google looks at three things. The first is relevance. Does your profile match what the user is searching for? If someone types dentist in Austin, Google checks whether your profile clearly says, "I'm a dentist and I serve Austin." The second is distance, how far you are from the person searching. And here's the thing, you can't change that. Your business location is your business location. And this is where the real opportunity is. It's prominence, how credible and well-known your business is online. Reviews, links, profile activity, consistent business data, all of this builds your prominence in Google's eyes. 2 out of these 3 factors are completely within your control. Let's start with the foundation. Your Google business profile is your most important asset in local SEO. Not your website, not social media, your Google business profile. And most businesses do exactly the same thing. Fill in the basics, set their hours, and leave the profile untouched for months. That's far from enough. And in the long run, it won't cut it. The first and most important thing is your primary category. It determines which search phrases you can even rank for. If you have the wrong category, no other optimization can fix that. Beyond your primary category, you can add up to 9 additional categories. Only choose ones that genuinely reflect your services. Then, fill in every field in your profile. Business description, services, attributes, address, website link. The more concrete data you give Google, the better it matches your profile to user searches. Photos. 1 new photo every week. Real ones, not AI-generated. Real photos build trust, attract more clicks, and through that, they indirectly help your rankings. Google Posts. 1 post per week. Not because that's just what you do, but because Google treats profile activity as a signal that your business is still open and operating. Content added too often on the same day gets stacked on top of itself. It's better to spread it out. 1 photo and 1 post per week, consistently, delivers more value than 10 uploaded in a single day. Sound like a lot of work? If you're managing 1 profile, you might handle it manually. If you're managing multiple clients, you need a system. With Localo, you get a Google Business Profile audit that shows you what's missing in seconds. And a prioritized task list, so you never have to wonder what to do first. Localo analyzes your competition and market and tells you exactly where to start. One of the most common questions that comes up: how many reviews do I need to start showing up in local results? The first noticeable results typically appear after a dozen or so reviews, though it depends on your industry and the competition in your area. Google looks at consistency, whether new reviews show up on a regular basis or only once every few months. It also looks at whether reviews appear suddenly and in large numbers, because that's a signal to the algorithm that they may have been purchased. It looks at content, whether reviews mention specific phrases and locations. And it looks at whether the business responds at all. Yes, responding to reviews is a ranking factor. Google confirms this in its own guidelines. How do you ask for reviews effectively without violating the rules? The best moment is right after the service or purchase is complete, when the experience is still fresh. A proven approach: send a review link immediately after the job is done, or a QR code at the counter, at reception, on the receipt. With Localo, you can generate that QR code for a client in seconds, and you have a single dashboard to respond to reviews across all profiles. No jumping between accounts. Now, 3 things that almost nobody covers in local SEO videos, but which genuinely improve local search rankings. The first is consistent business data across directories. Your business name, address, and phone number must be identical everywhere online. Those are 2 different addresses to Google. Inconsistencies across directories reduce your profile's credibility. The second is structured data, also known as schema markup. It sounds technical, but it's actually simple. It's data on your website that tells Google, this is a local business open during these hours at this address in this category. Without it, Google has to guess. With it, Google knows for certain. The third is local backlinks. A link from a local newspaper, a neighborhood website, or a nearby business partner is worth more than a link from a large but geographically unrelated site. Google localizes credibility. And one more thing. It's one of the most repeated frustrations in local SEO. I'm doing everything right, and my ranking still isn't moving. The most common reason? The website. If your website doesn't clearly mention your location and services, Google can't connect your site to your Google business profile. Make sure your website says the same thing your profile does. And now something no other video will tell you today. More and more people are searching for local businesses through ChatGPT, Gemini, or Google AI Overview, not through traditional search results. What does that mean for you? AI systems pull from what Google has already indexed: a complete up-to-date Google business profile, consistent presence across directories, reviews that mention specific phrases, a website with structured data. In other words, everything covered in this video is also optimization for AI-powered search. Both worlds run on the same data. Act on this now, and you'll be visible in both places. 3 things to take away from this video. Your Google business profile is your foundation, complete, active, and regularly updated. Reviews, and responding to them, consistently, not just once. Consistent data across directories and your website. Without that, everything else loses its power. This is local SEO that actually works. There are no shortcuts here, but there is a system, and that's exactly the point. If you want to see how Localo turns all of this into one working system, you'll find a link to a free trial in the description. And if you have a question that keeps coming up with your clients, leave it in the comments.